When I meet with recent retirees, I always ask, how did the first few months of retirement go for you? What worked? What didn't? Their answers are direct and practical. And if retirement's on your radar, you'll want to hear what they've learned. Welcome back. And if we haven't met, I'm Keith Demetriades, a financial advisor based in Pampa, Texas. I help people figure out how to save, spend, and live well in retirement. Today, I'll reveal the three-phase plan that sets you up for success in your first 90 days. I'll also provide you with specific actions to take in each 30-day window and flag some decisions that can cause problems down the road. Oh, and I've got a free guide linked in the description called Retirement Roadmap, Your First 90 Days. Make sure you also grab that because it walks you through each phase we're covering today. So let's dive into what your first 90 days should actually look like. Phase 1, day 1 through 30, the decompression phase. Don't try to fill every hour immediately. You've been structured for decades. You've had meetings, deadlines, and a calendar that told you where to be. Now suddenly you have nothing. That can feel uncomfortable. So what do people do? They panic and overschedule themselves with activities, volunteer commitments, and social obligations. And suddenly retirement's not the relaxing experience they'd been looking forward to. If you're looking forward to that break, hit that like button. Here's what you should focus on instead. First, give yourself permission to decompress. Your body and mind need time to adjust. You've been running on adrenaline and routine for years. Let yourself sleep in, take naps, read without feeling guilty. This isn't laziness, it's necessary recovery. Second, observe your natural rhythms. Without work forcing your schedule, when do you naturally feel most energetic? When do you want to eat? When do you feel creative or social? Pay attention because this information will help you design your ideal retirement day. Third, resist making any major decisions. Don't sell the house, don't buy the RV, don't commit to volunteering 3 days a week. Your perspective is still shifting. What feels right in week 1 might feel completely wrong in week 6. Red flag. If you're trying to solve discomfort with action, planning trips, redoing the house, making big purchases, you might be using decisions to avoid stillness. That's a sign to slow down, not speed up. The goal of your first 30 days is simple. Rest, observe, and resist rushing. Phase 2, days 31 through 60. The experimentation phase. You're ready to start testing what retirement might actually look like. By now, you've had time to decompress. You're sleeping better. You've probably caught up on some projects around the house, but you're also starting to feel a little restless. That's normal, and it's actually a good sign. It means you're ready to start building some structure. Here's what to focus on in month 2. First, experiment with different daily routines. Try getting up at the same time every day for a week. Test different morning routines. See what happens when you schedule one meaningful activity each day versus leaving everything open. You're not committed to anything permanent. You're just gathering data about what works for you. What's one thing you're planning to try in your first few months of retirement? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what's on your radar. Second, test your financial plan in real life. You've run the numbers, but now you get to see how it actually feels to live on your retirement income. Track every expense for these 30 days. Are you spending more or less than you expected? Are there categories you didn't account for? This is crucial information. Third, try new activities, but keep them small. Maybe you volunteer for a few hours one day. Maybe you take a class. Maybe you join a walking group. The key is to experiment without committing. You're gathering information about what energizes you and what drains you. And here's a warning sign to watch for. If you're feeling anxious, bored, or like you're losing your sense of purpose, don't ignore it. These feelings are data. They're telling you something about what's missing and what you need to adjust. It's a red flag if you can't say how much you've spent this month. Retirement doesn't require a strict budget, but it does require awareness. If you don't know, that's a problem. Phase 3, days 61 through 90, the structure phase. This is where you start building the framework that will carry you forward. You've decompressed, you've experimented, now it's time to create some intentional structure based on what you've learned about yourself. Here's what to focus on in your final 30 days. First, establish your ideal weekly rhythm. Not a rigid schedule, but a loose structure that gives your week shape. Maybe Mondays are for planning. Maybe Wednesday mornings are for exercise. Maybe Friday afternoons are for social time. You're creating anchors, predictable elements that give your week meaning. Second, make your first long-term commitments. Now that you've tested the waters, you can start saying yes to things that align with what you've discovered about yourself. Maybe it's a volunteer role, maybe it's a regular commitment to help with grandkids, maybe it's a hobby that requires ongoing participation. Third, refine your financial plan based on real experience. You've now lived on your retirement income for 2 months. You know what you actually spend. You know what unexpected expenses came up. Use this information to adjust your budget and make sure you're on track. Red flag. You've been saying we'll figure it out later. If you've said that more than once about money in the past 30 days, you're not building structure. You're avoiding it. Here's the key question to ask yourself at the end of 90 days. Does this feel sustainable? Not perfect, sustainable. Because the rhythm you establish now will likely carry you forward for years. So what mistakes should you absolutely avoid during these first 90 days? Mistake number 1, making major financial decisions too quickly. Don't refinance the house, don't buy the vacation home, don't move to a new state. Your perspective is still shifting. Give yourself at least 6 months before making any major financial decisions. Mistake number 2, saying yes to everything. You'll get invited to volunteer, to babysit, to join committees. The temptation is to say yes because you finally have time. But saying yes to everything means saying no to discovering what you actually want to do. Mistake number 3, comparing your retirement to someone else's. Your neighbor might be traveling constantly. Your friend might be volunteering every day. Your brother might be working part-time. None of that matters. Your retirement needs to fit your life and your values and your financial situation. Remember, retirement isn't the end of decisions. It's the start of a new rhythm. The choices you make in your first 90 days help set the tone for a retirement that feels intentional and fulfilling. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season," and reminds us there is value in pacing. Your first 90 days are your chance to set the tone for your retirement. So spend them wisely. I'm Keith Demetriades. Thanks for joining me today. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to get more insights into retirement planning and intentional living. Real wealth starts with real life. Don't just plan the numbers, plan the life.